Hi, I'm John Schoonmaker. I've served for many years as an insurance regulatory lawyer, most recently at the Michigan agency that regulates insurance companies. I also serve on the Cooley Administrative Law Board, Insurance Law Board. I thought I would mention why it is that I've enjoyed being an insurance regulatory lawyer. In 1976, then Insurance Commissioner Tom Jones offered me a job, but he conditioned it on my being willing to work, make a commitment for 2 years. I thought, that is just perfect. As it turns out, last January, it's January 2011, I retired from the agency. And why would anybody stay someplace 34 years? And there's several good reasons. I'll just mention 3 of them. 1, insurance is inherently important in society. Families, individuals, businesses all rely on this transference of risk. And insurance companies have to be financially strong, so they're there when people need it. And that's the main job of the insurance regulator. Secondly, it's challenging and interesting work. Of course, some things are routine, but every year or so, something would come along like newly implementing a demutualization law in Michigan. That's where, of course, an insurance company goes from being a mutual to a stock company. All kinds of issues with that, very interesting. And then thirdly, insurance regulatory law is socially relevant. Sooner or later, almost all causes and concerns in society get reflected in the area of insurance. Long ago, it may be something as gross and inappropriate as race discrimination, but more recently, perhaps somewhat more subtle things, like the use of AIDS tests for health insurance underwriting. Or even just last year, the court decided a case about whether or not auto and home insurers can use somebody's credit scores to base their rates on. Anyway, insurance regulatory law is varied. I've enjoyed doing it. As you pick a career, I suggest you give it a hard look. Best of luck.